Hi everybody, welcome. My name is Carrie. I am City Market's Assistant Outreach and Education Manager. I'm the one who's been sending you all the emails, so you put a face, or half of a face at least, to a name. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for our Mosaic of Flavor series, Somali Sambusas. We're really excited to be able to offer this series and these classes in general, just to create sort of that sense of community in a time where it feels like we're very much apart from one another. We have these classes to come together around. I will be behind the camera for the rest of the class. This is the only time you'll see me, but you'll hear me. If you have questions at any point, you can type them into the question and answer box. I'll make an announcement in that as soon as I get back behind the camera, so you can see where that is. I will see those pop up, and I can ask them of our instructor. So any questions that you'd like to ask Said, they can come through me. Just let me know. I'll also be sending a survey out tomorrow after this class. Wanting to know your thoughts on the class, how it went, other ideas for classes that you'd like to see from us in the future. So I'd love to get your thoughts. I know some people are clicking along, so that's awesome. I love it. If you want to, in the chat box, in the Q&A, you can put where you're watching from. We found out that our classes have reached a much wider audience than just little old girls in Vermont. So if you want to put in the chat where you're watching from and if you're clicking along tonight, I'd love to know that. Without further ado, I will turn things over to Maria, who helped coordinate tonight's class. She'll talk more about the Mosaic of Flavor program and then introduce our instructor. Again, put any questions during the class into chat box. We're aiming for about an hour of quick time, so that hour and a half class time is going to be plenty of time for questions. So I'd love to know anything that's on your mind. Thanks so much. Maria.
Hi, I'm Maria Guido, and I'm coordinating. I'm one of the volunteer co-coordinators for the Mosaic of Flavor class. The Mosaic of Flavor series is a collaboration between City Market and the U.S. Committee for Refugees and Immigrants, formerly Vermont Refugee Resettlement. And it's really nice to be able to feature these classes from the community to share their foodways with us. I would like to introduce you to tonight's instructor will be Said Bulle. He is originally from Jilib, Somalia. He moved to Vermont in 2005. When he was a child, he cooked with his mother in their family restaurant. And so he's always loved cooking and is very happy to share his recipe tonight about Sambusas. He also currently owns his own catering company, Jilib Jiblets, and he's also a founding member of the Vermont musical group A2VT. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Said Bulle.
Hello everybody, my name is Said Bulle. You can call me AKA Jilib, Jilib. That's my hometown. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna make samosas, Somali bun samosas, Jilib style samosas. If you have any questions, we'll go ahead. But I'm gonna go ahead with how to make with your beef. And then I'm gonna go step by step and explain to you how I do it. All right. I usually use this to cut a knife. Cut in half. Nice cut like that. My pan already started it, warming up. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. And while that is cooking, what I usually do is I will have my red pepper, my onion, cut it. And I know a lot of people cut onions and red pepper different ways. So I'm gonna show you how I do it my way, Jilib style.
For everybody watching, I'm not sure where that sound feedback is coming from. I'm going to try a few things on my end while Said continues cooking to try to get rid of that echo. So just give me a second, okay?
Thank you. This samosas usually makes so many different ways. The fillings, you can put so many things in there, but today I'm just gonna make it real simple and show you how I do it with the stuff that I have today with my hand, in my hand. I usually put a green pepper too at the same time. But again, this makes in so many different ways.
You're gonna see yourself on that screen in just a second, just ignore it, pretend it's not there.
I've been doing this, I've been cutting red peppers for a minute, so I'm probably going too fast for you, but not really fast for you if you know how to cut. I have my red pepper chopped up all ready to go. So what I'll do is, oh, sorry for the noise. I'll put it in the bowl and I'll put it on the side, and then I'll cut my onion next.
Show the potatoes.
Oh yeah, I chopped up earlier before you guys got here. My potatoes are ready, so it's chopped up. It's ready for in here because it usually takes a while. If you have your potatoes, just peel your potatoes and chop it nice and whatever size you want it. Boil it a little bit, and then dump out the water, and then you can put your potatoes in your beef later on. We'll get there. But I have my potatoes ready. For those who don't know that I have it already ready before you see me doing it.
For those of you watching, I'd love to know if the sound issues have cleared up. I think I found the culprit, so let me know if you're still having issues and I'll try something else, but I think I fixed it.
Thank you. But those who don't know, I arrived Burlington, Vermont in 2005, and I went straight high school, and that was my first school ever.
What school?
What BHS, Burlington High School. Burlington High School. See, my beef started getting ready. This is my onion. I'm about to chop some onion down. And I graduated BHS 2008. I had a happy 4 years in high school in BHS, Burlington High School. After that, I fell in love doing music. Singing and dancing, and that's what I do now. Be careful with the knife. This knife is really sharp. Whatever knife you have in your hand, be careful. I don't like knives. And I have all my onions ready. I'll do the same thing like I did the red pepper. I put in a bowl. You could put them together if you're there doing the same thing I'm doing. You could put them together because they're gonna be together no matter what. And it depends on how many people you fit in on this. Like couple months ago, I had 700 samosas that I made, 700 pieces of samosas I made in 1 week, in weekend, 2 days. It was a lot of samosas to make. So my prep was extra than what I'm doing right now. Like I said, I've been doing this since I was 8, 9 years old back in Somalia. You know, I always enjoy making samosas.
Where do you do your pop-up restaurant?
I do my pop-up dinner in Winooski, the Community Brand Center, at the way the YMCA used to be, all YMCA used to be in Winooski. I sell my tickets 7 days, and I sell my tickets on North End Studio. And what I cook is different food every time. But this time, what I want to cook is different. But I'm not sure yet, so I cannot tell you until I know. But I don't do much the catering. I do like once every 2 months because I have so many things in my hand. So I want to have everything at time in between. And then I have garlic that I'm gonna have it ready when my beef is getting ready too at the same time. Ginger, sorry, and then the garlic too. I was thinking about it. And then for the ginger, what I do is I peel them with my peeler. I was thinking about garlic in my head, that's why I said garlic. Right. Back in the days, I never used to peel it. And after you peel them, nice and near that, and then you chop them, just like I did the onion and the red pepper.
For those of you asking in the chat, we are recording this and it will be released on our website at a later date. I'll send out an email when it's available. So yes, it will be recorded.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Now, a comment in the chat that you waste less of the ginger if you scrape the skin with a spoon rather than using a peeler. So that's a great tip. You can always peel ginger with a spoon. That's awesome.
Peel the ginger?
Apparently, you can peel it with a spoon instead of a peeler, and it'll waste less, which is cool.
Okay, I like that. Like I said, back in the days, I usually never peel the skin too. I usually just do it with the skin. But I like that. Thank you. Next time I'm gonna do that. Say something.
We have someone who would love to know more about your background from Somalia, so if you just want to maybe chat about growing up in Somalia while you're shopping and stuff, that'd be great.
Yeah, I was born in a small town called Jilib, and that's my my parents were born and raised in there, and my mom, she was a cooker like me. She loved to cook. So she had a small business. I wasn't one of the kids, but I was the favorite kid. If you know what I mean, if you have like 10 or 12 kids, you have one favorite kid. Growing up Somali was fun. I didn't enjoy that much. I left when I was 10 years old. But for those 10 years that I've been living in Somalia, I was always in the kitchen. Like I always find myself in the kitchen. Uh, Growing up Somalia, hometown, I have some memories in there still. I have families in there still. My brothers, my sisters, all back in Somalia still. I support them so many different ways I can. And, they live in a life of Somalia. When you have all your ginger ready, I usually just push them on the side because they're not that much. And I dump on my garlic now. No ginger. Again, it depends on how many of them you're trying to plan of making it. But I'm just gonna use 3 right now, 3 big ones. And then I'm gonna peel them, just like I did the ginger without the spoon and without the peeler. Just my long, sharp nails. Yeah, I'm a fan of ATVT. If you guys know, I think a lot of people know Winooski, my town. The guy who said Winooski, my town. We dropped that video back in 2012. It was nice. That's what motivated me, and that's what made me do more of what I do right now. And I just dropped a new video out. It's called Soul Survivor.
Yeah, we included the links to your videos in the handouts that went out to people. So if everybody scrolls down to the bottom of the handouts, there are some links there to some information about Somalia and Said's videos. And I'll send links out as well tomorrow with the survey.
Thank you, thank you. And I got my garlic chopped up, just like I did the ginger.
So what was the most surprising thing when you first moved to Vermont?
First exciting thing, that was the snow. The snow. It was one of the things that I've never seen in my life and witnessed it. It was the snow falling down the sky. And coming to Vermont, I see that in my own eyes. It was really exciting, and it was kind of scary for me. I adapted really easy, really fast. I had no choice.
Are you tired of yet? Being here for a while?
No.
So like so?
I love being in Vermont. I feel like Vermont is my second home. This is my house, and this is a home. I call it home right now. So I have all my onions ready, my potatoes ready, ginger's ready, garlic is ready. So the beef's ready too. So I'm just gonna shut it off and then put them away. I'll put them somewhere where they can cool down, because later on I might mix it up with my hand or mix it up real good with everything else. Can you see it from here? You can see it from here? Yeah. That's that. I can use the same plate, same pan that I use for my beef, and now I can use to give a little fry for my onion and green pepper and then the garlic and then the ginger. I'll mix it up in the pan right now a little bit, give it a little test, a little flavor. So if you're out there.
So if people would like to make this vegetarian, what kind of vegetables could they add in instead of using beef?
They can use vegetables, mixed vegetables, with the carrots, and beans, and corns in it, and then you just boil that like I did the potatoes, and then like was nice and soft. You can put the same ingredients like the onion, the garlic, the ginger, all your little things that you want to put it in it. But you do the same step that I'm doing it right now with the beef.
Someone wants to know what month you arrived in Vermont. Did you arrive here in the winter when it was already snowing, or did you arrive?
I arrived in America in Vermont in September. It was nice outside. It was beautiful. And then one day I wake up and it was all white.
Yeah.
Yeah. So growing up, I used to, all these things in front of me, we have our own way of calling it because I speak my mind, I speak Somali, Sinjabil and Batata, Basala. That's how we usually say it. Kan Wemo, let's speak Somali, kan Basalwe, kan Nyanya, tomatoes. We call it so many different ways. But today, if I say something wrong, forgive me because so many ways we could say it.
People like learning the different names for things.
All right, let's do it.
So yeah.
Come come basal yeah, let's do it. That's just the onion and red pepper. Garlic.
This kitchen already smells so good. I wish people could be here and smelling this with us. It smells so nice in here already.
Yes, smells good. Then I won't forget my ginger.
So besides Somali, what are some of your other favorite things to cook?
I cook, my favorite thing to cook is chicken and rice. Because they're easy to cook, chicken and rice. It's my favorite meal to cook, and I could cook it in less than 2 hours and have it eat. And then I'll eat and I walk away. It's not like, some of meats take too long to cook because I like my meat to be nice and soft. So chicken and rice is my favorite meal to cook. So many people cook so many different ways too. I cook it my way. Jilib stay Jilib way.
I know we have at least one person out there that was planning to cook along with us. Is anybody else out there cooking along? How's it going for people? Let me know in the chat.
Yeah, let me know. If you're out there cooking with me in the kitchen, let me know. Because, you know, I want to get to the end of it. I want to really focus into you if you're out there doing it with me. And once again, like I said, be careful using that knife because I want you to finish this thing with me. Let me know any questions. I will have some answers for you the best way I can. If you're doing that, you're doing a good job. You're doing it great. Well, that's cooking. We have some specialty today. I'm gonna make a hot sauce with this. Comes with it. Hot sauce on the side and drip it in. And we'll get that later on. I'm not gonna rush it. We call this usually Somali. Okay? Or you call it different, you call it khair. So in America we call it what?
We put fennel seeds in the recipe, but we're going to use cumin this time.
Okay.
Show a different flavor.
Okay.
So we call it cumin, what you're using.
Just a tiny bit.
Someone in the chat says they're following along and enjoying. So we have.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. And the one that I put it in the recipe that I'm going to use, I will use it too. And once again, you can put everything in there. So if you have this ready, you can put it. If you have this ready, you can put it. So I'm going to go ahead and use both of them. And when you're putting it, what I do is I grab it like that, and then I will break it in there.
And now it smells even better. It's so good.
No, cumin and fennel smells so good.
You know, only gets smelling better and better. Yeah. If you're home doing this, your neighbor's gonna knock the door very soon. Ask you what you're cooking, cause it smells so good. They will smell it. Right. About 1 more minute, that thing will be ready, that's for sure. If you have this guy ready, Brusley, if you have this guy ready, go ahead. And what I usually do is like I cut the end of it. You know how to use this. If you don't, watch me do it. Just cut it out like that. So, and then sometimes, if they're nice and fresh, because this is nice and fresh, so what I do is I just cut from it and I throw this guy's away. And then I have that, and then I have it like that. Same idea, I did the garlic, and the onion, the red pepper, chop up real good. You're doing a good job. You're right about that. I will have, there's the beef cool down.
Yeah, do you want to add the potatoes in too?
Yeah, I will add
Okay.
I'll add I'll start mixing now everything in there because I have my onions ready, my garlic is in there, my red peppers in there. Everything is looking ready for me, smelling it, I can see it. And what I do is I have my beef ready, earlier I made it. So I will mix this, I'll put the gloves on, and then I'll mix this real good, and then I will mix it up with my onion. You're doing a good job. I'll wait for you for a little bit. Ready?
So you cook the vegetables until they're very soft?
Yeah. Yeah. You boil them until they get real soft, and then you introduce all your other stuff in there. Right? Good.
It's gonna be a good job for kids. If you've got kids in the kitchen, right?
Yes, I do. I have 3 kids. My kids work with me in the kitchen sometimes. At home, I love cooking, and they're always there helping me. I try to teach them. My daughters how to do the samosas, and she's getting there. She's 10 years old. All right? Little pieces, different styles. Some people don't even do this because they do it when it's in the pan, and when there is in the warm in the pan. That's what they do it. But I like to have it nice and chopped, so I'm doing it my way because I want you to learn the Jilib way.
So we had a question come in, what are the Sambusas served most often? Are they a lunch thing, are they a dinner thing, are they a special occasion thing? And the spicy sauce is delicious. What are other options for those less tolerant of spice? So how would you make it, leave off the hot peppers if you want to make it less spicy, the sauce?
For the miles, what I do is I add it. You can add a little bit of water into it, so you make it mild if you want to make it mild. And if you want to go super hot, just don't add water. Just do lime. Just add like bunch of these guys, and then that gives you extra spices. You can add a little salt in there, and sometimes what we usually do is add a little bit of sugar too, because it just puts out the spice more out there. You can add a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, and lime. That will do the job. If you want to make it mild, just add water.
The same person said, for background, in Kenya, we have them during coffee breaks at meetings, vegetarian and meat, so they don't have to just be for dinner, so it could just be like a
Yes, you can.
snack.
Yeah, you can have a snack. You can have it as a meal too. You can have like chicken and goat, goat and rice or pasta, and then you can have the samosas on the side like dessert. You can still have the samosas.
For the sauce, can you use a different pepper? Because the Thai chilies are very,
Yes. For the hot sauce, I use this Thai chili. So they're 2 different ones, and they have the big ones, jalapeno. You can use whatever kind of sauce that you want to work on at that moment. If you want super spicy, you use one of these guys, because these guys are really spicy. or you could use a jalapeno, or you could use a, whatever that gives you a little flavor. And some people put a green pepper or red pepper too in there. Alright. And then that's when you put your potatoes on. And then now is when you give black pepper and the main important thing, salt. Because if you don't put salt, you will not put out all the flavors you want. So, to put out the flavor, you gotta put the salt in. And once again, you gotta be careful, make sure you don't put too much or you don't put it less. That's about that much. It depends on how many stuff you got going on over there. Trying to fit your family or trying to fit yourself or your friends. And mix it into each other's. Introduce each other's. Introduce, how they say it. Let the flavor kick each other's. Yeah. Maybe enough potatoes in there. I can always add enough potatoes in there. Why not? I'll put the whole thing in there. You're doing a good job. If you're with me, if you're right here with me right now, you did a good job and you're doing a good job. Keep doing it. The plan is make sure you know how to mix the most at the end of the day.
I think a lot of people are really into how to hold them, so I'm sure a lot of people are really excited for that part too.
Mm-hmm. That's the hard part. We're getting there. So samosa, so usually it comes like this kind of stuff, and you can only find these guys in the Somalian store, in North Street, the Halal Somalian store. There are two of them in there, and you can get any of them, any of those stores in the samosa wrap. This is samosa wrap, and when you open it, it looks like, just like that. Okay. And some people use this to roll it so many different ways, but I will show you today how I do it. That I think that everyone can do it because it's easy. before you start doing this, some people, what they do is, I have a little bit of flour in here. I'll mix it with water, and when I'm wrapping it, I'll use flowers to tie them up, so make sure oil don't go in. And this kind of foil, we call this folie. This kind of folie, you can use the water or you can use the flour. So I prefer to use the flour because I always use the flour. It's like a little bit of water, a little bit of flour in a bowl with a spoon to mix it out. I usually, at home, I just do it with my finger. You can use it in a spoon too.
So someone wanted to know where in the store they can find the wrappers. You got these from the African market, right?
African
in the freezer?
African market in the freezer, yes, it's in the freezer. Or you just go in there and just say, I'm looking for some Sambusas. They will know what you're talking and they will give you. In the Somali store, the halal store on North Street. I don't know if I know the address. I think it's 125 North Street.
So yeah, we had these in the freezer and I took them out this morning to defrost, so they've been frozen until now.
Yeah, and once you open them, and then you can save them by putting in the freeze them. Because if you don't freeze them, they're not gonna be good until next time. I have a little bit of water in here. Mix it up.
You usually cool the filling down before you use it
No, I use it right away.
use it right away.
When this is done, and then I will shut it off, and then we roll maybe like 5 to go, and then we'll get this right in there. It will be fine. This is ready. Oh. All right. We have this ready. So this, parsley, just put on top of that, give it a little flavor.
I think that's what I love so much about this recipe is, like you've mentioned before, it's so changeable. Like you could do cilantro if you love cilantro.
Cilantro, oh yeah, you could do so many things in there. You can put so many things in there. Yes, you're right.
I, for one, I'm really glad that you're using parsley because I hate cilantro. I have the gene that makes it taste like soap.
And then last time, I remember now, because I used it last time, so yes.
I mean,
yes.
I'll still eat it because your sambusas are delicious, but cilantro tastes like soap.
Cilantro, not cilantro, this is the parsley. All right. So you get that ready. All right, let's get to the wrapping there.
Yeah, someone commented that they went and asked at the Brixton Halal Market on North Street, and it's frozen and it comes in packs of 100.
Yes.
So yeah, it comes in very large packs, so you'll be making a lot of these if you buy them.
Some 100 piece. Yes, you're right.
Can you refreeze them if you don't use them all?
Yes, you can you can use them, and when you're done using them, if you have still more, you can make sure you wrap it up real good, and you can put them away for the freezer and use it anytime you want it. I don't think it will expire.
Or just split it with a friend, right? You and a friend both make some.
Yeah.
Make 100.
Or make 100.
100 samosas, yeah. So the wrapping, first, what I will do is when I grab it like that, all right, like I'll get a little piece, put it down, we'll be looking. And then the second, that's my first one. My second will be grab my left hand, boom, down, make sure I give about that room. And I put a little bit of flour on top. All right, and I close it out. Boom. Just like
So
that.
you're making a cone.
Like a little cone, ice cream cone. You know, make sure there's no hole in there because you don't want the oil to be in there. So, like that. I will have the oil ready, and I will show you how to, make this into a fried samosas.
Yep, we have the oil heating on the stove, and I'll make sure to switch to that camera when we go over there, but just letting you know it's heating up as we speak.
Nice. Am I going too fast, or should I slow down a little bit?
No one's commenting so far, but maybe do one in slow motion so that people can definitely follow along. So here, we'll do a nice slow beginner one.
Okay. We got this much. Hold it up. Like that. Hold it up. Right in the middle. Put your finger right in the middle. Hold it up like that. You have like that much. So you aim it this into this, pretty much.
Make it match, okay.
Match it like that. And then the other one, bring it right into it on top.
How's everybody who's following along doing? Is that a good, everybody got it?
Okay, got it?
You're a good teacher. No one's asking any questions. They all got it first try.
Okay, nice. I like that. So let me do another slow. That's much. Down.
Is this the traditional way of folding? Like if you did it any other way, would it be wrong, or is this just how you like to do it?
This is just how I like to do it, because I don't want to waste it. And I see a lot of people do, they cut, instead of me wrapping this extra wrapping that I'm doing, some people cut them. They cut them on the side. Yeah, and I don't want to waste stuff, so I go up and Jilib, where you don't waste no food. So I try to have everything in there. So much. Close it up real good. And then I'll do one more. Slow motion.
Someone just commented, this is tricky. So they're trying it and they're trying to get the hang of it. But I'm sure you're doing great.
Okay, so.
I'll zoom in the camera a little bit on Said's hands.
So this is, you hold it like that. And you want to hold it a little bit like that. And you put it down. And then you wet it a little bit. So you got like that much. Now this side, come down. And then push over. Like in half. I'm going to open it. This is when I close it. Push it down. And push it up. So if I open it, we'll tap 1, 2, 3. So 3 steps.
Beautiful.
3 steps. And 3 steps. Let's do it again. 3 steps. 1. Put the water on top, so it sticks in it. 2. Overlap. 3 on the other one. And you have that. And then you put your whatever you want to put in there. And in your hand. So it sits on it. This will be the tricky way of how you hold it when you're holding it. It's like you're holding a cup for coffee. So, because the plan is, make sure you get it. By the end of the day, you know how to roll samosas. Okay?
So you've probably made thousands of them. You got the muscle memory. Try it for the first time.
So, straight up. Okay. That's the first fast step. 1, 2. Right. Okay. And once you get this ready, you can have a bigger spoon. It's another spoon. We have that. We open it like that. Grab a cup of coffee.
Would a bigger spoon be easier than a larger one?
Sure. Right. Ice cream cone. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So you grab that.
How's everybody doing? Just following along? Did you get the hang of it?
Yeah.
I'd love to know. I'd love to have people send me pictures if they're doing this. I'd love to send me pictures of your sambusas.
Yeah, send me some pictures of some samosas if you're doing it right now with me. You're doing a good job, by the way.
That's the one part one of the parts I missed about gathering together in person is classes like this were great because everybody could get their hands in and make some and try it out. And I'd love to know how people are getting along. How your kitchens are smelling, because this one smells awesome.
We got a good timing or we don't have
$30.
Okay. So I have like 6 or 7 samosas samosa wrap roll for me already. I'll wait for you to roll a couple more, and then we're gonna move on to making the hot sauce real quick, and then we're gonna come back and put the beef inside the wrap. If that makes sense, because once I start doing this, I'll take this and I'll start frying it, and then we'll eat it. Okay. Your hot sauce comes something like this, right? You have this thing in it, and you just cut it. So I have all my stuff already cutting down. So all I'm gonna do is put it in the mixer. Okay. Ooh, safety first.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's gonna be very spicy.
I thought we were gonna use like one.
One.
Yeah, you have some crazy taste buds. That's awesome.
All right. And then from there, you could put anything you want in there. Again, it's a hot sauce. This is spicy, and you can have any flavors you want in there. So what I will do is I'm just gonna put garlic and a little bit of ginger.
I will tilt the camera just a little bit so that the blender is more on camera. Okay. There we go.
Is Somali food very spicy?
Yes, Somali food is spicy. We have some not spicier people, but we have more spicy people. Yeah. Mix of people. My ginger, my garlic's already in there. These guys, they come out really tight, so if you grab it on the table, give them a little push down, and you can feel the juice. And you cut them in half. Grab it like that. And just Mm. Okay. You're doing it like I'm doing it right now. You're doing a good job. Hang in there. You're gonna have a nice spicy sauce.
I would say for the person that asked about low spice tolerance, don't put that many peppers.
No, it depends on how many you use in it. But I can make this in a mild. We can take this, if you're making it just 2 people or 3 people, don't make too much hot sauce. Make like 2 or 3 of them. And you don't need to use this so many of them too at the same time. You just need a little bit. I'll add a little bit of water. And once again, my favorite guy, salt.
I'm gonna do the tomato.
Yeah, I almost forget that. Tomatoes to numb it a little bit because it's gonna be really spicy if you don't.
I might die. I am so low spice tolerant, like this smells so good, but I think if I tried it, I might explode. Just try a tiny little bit.
Tiny bit, tiny bit. Oh, I can make it mild just because now you
Oh, no, you can keep it spicy.
Okay, you
All
got
right, we're gonna
everything
be,
there.
yep, I'm gonna mute us when we blend it, just so I don't blow everybody's eardrums out. So we're gonna go on mute for just a second, and we'll come right back. All right. Oh, roll back. I know we're gonna get that going. Give us a second.
Looking good.
Looking good?
Yeah,
All right.
looking good. And now you got everything you have ready for you. You got your hot sauce ready. You have your samosa wraps ready. You have your fillings ready. We're gonna go ahead and put the fillings in the hot sauce. Let me show you how the hot sauce is gonna come after all that. Because I was gonna show you no matter what.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay.
The blade comes out of the middle.
Mm. That's what you got for the hot sauce.
It smells amazing in here now, because we have the warm spiciness of the filling, and then that ginger and onion and lime is like, or ginger and garlic and lime is just perfuming the air in here. It smells so good.
Yeah. Are you with me? Still there?
No one
Okay.
said anything else in the chat, so it sounds like we're good.
Nice, nice. You take like half of that, put it inside. Like that. Try to put your finger down. Try to stuff it in all. No air, no gap. So this comes on top. In the bottom, and it goes in the bottom. And then you take your flowers or water, whatever you're using it. Put it on like that. Okay. And then you wrap it over. So you have something look like this.
Do you need to make sure it's sealed really well?
Make sure it's sealed real well in all the corners, all the angles. Make sure everything is sealed because you don't want oil to be in there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put my samosas in here.
So we're just putting them on a tray to take them over to the stove. It's just off camera, but
Yes.
we'll lay them out on a tray.
Put them in a tray. And again, second one. Throw the cup, throw it down there. Take the spoon. Fill this.
Okay, you had a question come in.
Alright.
Can you make a lot of them and then freeze them before cooking? Or is it better to cook them first, freeze them, and then reheat them?
I would say make them and put them away. And then when you want to use it, that's when you pull it out and fry them. Because if you fry them and then you put it away, I think it's still usable, but I think I like the other one, if I'm going to tell you the best way.
And they also asked, can you cook them in the oven instead of frying them? Will these work baked?
Baked. I never baked. I always fry. So I don't know how it's going to come out if you bake.
Yeah, I think especially these wrappers are meant for frying.
Frying,
They
yeah.
might be kind of tough.
Yeah, to bake it.
We could experiment. We could leave like one and I could turn the other on.
We can.
Or you at home can experiment.
Yeah.
Do some in the oven. Maybe brush them with a little bit of oil and see what happens.
Yeah. Put it in the oven. Let's see what happens. Send me a picture, and I want to see how it's gonna look.
Yeah. There's someone asking if you can do the closing part right up close to the camera. I can zoom in a little bit too, but if you can do it sort of.
Okay.
I'll zoom in a little bit and then.
I will do it facing them.
Yeah, facing us. Perfect.
Okay. So you have your stuff in there. Okay. You got that. And then you grab this one, going in there. And then make sure you want to close all the gaps. So before you put the oil in it, before you put the flour or the water, whatever you're using it, try to see if it makes sense. You know, you can open it, and then you can open that, and you can hide this under. All you're doing is try to hide the stuffings that you put in there, so make sure the oil doesn't get in there. So you can put like stuck in that and like under, like you stuck it under your shirt, like stuck it real good, and then cover it.
Perfect. I'm just sealing it up with your glue.
Yep, with my glue, my flour glue, and close it. Cause I know now I closed that real good. It's like a roofing job, Sambusas job. Make sure it doesn't leak. No water, no oil get in there.
Hopefully that helps for the person that asked that, and we'll do some more. So, leaving the camera zoomed in since this is up close work.
Yeah. You got that. You can put it if you don't want it. Okay. Another way. So.
Go back out. Hold on. You're not your hands on it. There we go. Perfect.
So another way.
So you can do it
down.
You don't have to hold it up.
Yeah, you don't have to hold it up. Yeah. And then you got this. You don't even have to shovel it inside. So you just do it like that. And you got this.
Ah, okay. That might be easier for people just starting out rather than trying to hold it.
Yeah, hold it and put it in the table. Instead of the other way. But the meat.
I'll also let people know now while it's quiet that when we go over to the stove to fry these, the hood fan of the stove will kick on automatically. It will get a little loud. I unfortunately do not have any control over it. It kicks on when it senses heat, which we're gonna make a lot of when we fry these. So there will come a time when it sounds like maybe there's an airplane in the kitchen, and unfortunately I can't control it. I just have to wait until it kicks back off. So we'll just try to make sure that we don't say anything important during that time, but just letting everybody know in advance that I know it's loud, I'm sorry, and I can't do anything. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. It's dry bottom. Good paper too. I'll do one more first. Yeah. Yeah. A little more. Once in time it gets dry like that on the side, what I do is I can cut the dry part out. I have a little one, and it still works.
A baby one.
A baby one.
Child size. Do your kids like making sentences with you? Do they like stuffing them in public?
Oh, yeah, that's how I started it, by hanging on my mom and, learning it as as a little baby.
It's a great food to keep people together and participating in the kitchen, because many hands make light work and all that. You can make a ton more of them if you've got people helping you out.
Especially if you're making it 700 pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're making 700 of them, how can you keep them from drying out while you're making them?
Oh, once you start rolling, it's start rolling time. Like two people are rolling it, one person's frying it. So once it fried, you can have them for like the whole day. As long as you have a warmer, keep them warm. You can have them the whole day. Once you keep them, once you fry them, you can have them for up to like the whole day. You can have them, without not putting in the fridge. With the warmer in the bottom of the warmer, keep them in the warmer. It'll be fresh for the whole day. And then if you put it in the freezer or refrigerator, it can stay up to 2 or 3 days.
So we've got about 20 minutes left of class, so we'll definitely show you the frying process, but now's a great time for people to put any other questions that they have in the chat so we can make sure they get answered.
Please.
We wait till the very end, we might have to cut you off a little bit, unfortunately, but yeah, please put questions or anything, any comments. Let us know how it's going if you're cooking along.
Yes.
What the oil's ready.
The oil's ready, okay, great.
Let me know how you're doing down there. Let me know how is your sambusas coming out.
Yeah.
Because
Look how fast you can go when you start moving fast.
yeah, because we're about to take you down to the fryer and show you how we fry this. I can go really fast on this thing. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, down the fryer.
Yeah. No one's asking any questions on the folding method.
Are you guys?
Assume you got it down.
Yeah, you guys are good to go? You guys ready for the last step to fry the samosas?
Woo! So ready.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
That's what my samosas look like right now, without not frying.
We have a comment in the chat. For the person asking about baking, maybe try an air fryer. That's a great idea. I don't know. I've never used one, but I've heard really good things. Try putting them in an air fryer if you have one and see what happens.
Try and send me a picture of how it's gonna look like. That's a new experience. I will try it too, because I have an air fryer at home. I never tried it. So be careful when you put it on the oil, because the oil is really hot. And then I usually grab it from the top and slowly lay it down. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you got your thumb. And this, what you're doing is you're flipping them. Because we'll cook in the bottom, or on the top, so you flip them over.
Do you do them for a certain number of minutes on one side, or just when they look good to your trained eye?
Nice. What color was that the last time? When you see the color change, that's when you change it. It's not by the minute. It depends on how oil is your, how hot is your oil is. You know, and it be like less than a minute. Probably should be there.
So maybe we'll get a bunch of these fried before the fan kicks on. We'll see.
Yeah. And then you see the colors. You want it to be nice and what color was it last time?
Golden?
Golden brown.
Golden brown, you know, color fresh. You know when the was done, you will see the difference, and that's when you pull it out.
Yeah, because with this, the filling is already all cooked. You're just trying to cook the outside wrapper, so you don't need to do a long, slow cook, which is great.
Okay.
Oh, those are beautiful.
Color.
Anything else important you want to let people know while you're over there cooking before the fan kicks on, which I'm sure it will soon? Is there anything else they should know?
They after you do the fry, it's too hot. You can right away. You let it cool down for a little bit, and then you're good to go. If you're in the kitchen right now doing it, just be careful not to burn yourself in the oil. That's all I can say about right now. You already know all the steps. Now you are really good at making some muscles. So
when you take them out of the oil, do you drain them on paper towels or drain them on paper towels?
yes, I put the paper towel in the bottom of the pan, and then I put them in some muscles on top, so the oil can drain on it.
Andrea wants to know, can you make sambusas with a sweet filling, for example, banana? We're watching from the UK and it's nearly midnight here, but it's worth staying up for. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. So could you make dessert sambusas?
Yes, you can make it to you can make them with the sweet potatoes, like you said, the bananas. You can put any kind of fillings you want in there to have them there. Yes. Put salad in there too. Some people put it on the fish. I had them fish samosas before. Pretty much put everything in there. Yes. And thank you so much for being with us today. All the way down to UK.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. Pick up the love. And you said it's midnight like that?
Almost midnight there, yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you for joining us. That's great.
That's great. Thank you.
It's always the point in classes where I wish that we weren't having to stay apart and everybody could eat and share together, and I miss that, but hopefully you're all eating and enjoying in your own kitchens if you're cooking along.
True. True. You're doing this without the fan on.
Say again?
The fan didn't kick in.
Yeah, I am amazed. Maybe you're just good luck.
I was meant to be here today.
Yeah, you were meant to be here, making sambusas today.
And no one's gonna stop us, not even the fan. And I'll just cool down my oil right now. And then we'll come back to make some more stuff. But you see it?
Beautiful, yeah, you can also bring it back over to I'll switch back to this camera. Show them off. Beautiful, look at that, golden brown, crunchy. That's awesome. I am so excited to have dinner.
Yeah. And then, like, if you, you're up there in the middle, I'm just gonna open this one for the camera.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's yours.
It's really crunchy. It's crunchy.
Very crunchy.
Yeah, and then up there in the run, and so you got all your boys that you put, all your people that you put in there.
Can you hold this up to the camera?
Yeah.
Moving in on that deliciousness, yum.
You see that?
Now to eat these, would you dip them into the sauce or would you pour the sauce into, like, once you've broken it open or bitten into it?
Yeah, that's why a really first one, it's like nothing in it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can like bit it in there, and then how you have open now, that you can just
Pour the sauce.
pour the sauce in it. And then you can have it like that. Or some people, what they do is they go down and dip it in there, the pot.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining us. I'll leave it open for just another minute or two in case anybody is furiously typing a question that we don't want to miss, but that's our class for the evening. We're so excited again that you joined us, that some of you are cooking along. Like I said, I really do love to see pictures from people if they've made the recipes, since we can't cook them together in class. So send me pictures, send me thoughts, send me, it was delicious, or I tried it with chicken. I would love to know. I'm sure Said would love to know too. I'll pass along any comments to him.
I would love to know all the comments you got. I would love to know what kind of sambusas that you made tonight and how we tested. And I wish you could test it mine, but I'm gonna let other people in here to test mine, and they will let me know how it tested.
Are you doing any other pop-up events or dinners or anything in the near future for Burlington people?
Yes, I do. I'm doing a catering pop-up dinner on May 1st. And you can get tickets from the 7 Days of North End studio.
Yeah, I will send that link out when I send the survey link out tomorrow. If you have the chance to try Said's food, please do. That's through North End Studios. So we'll send that link to people. Someone said, we didn't cook along, but it looks so good that we just ordered takeout from Kismayo Kitchen. They're another local. They just wanted to eat some good food.
Nice, I like that. Kismayo Kitchen, that's my cousin. I know him for a long time, and I do support him. And thank you for going over there and grabbing yourself some nice samosas.
Yeah, for locals, definitely give it a try. Kismayo Kitchen, if you haven't tried it already, it's so good.
It's good.
So definitely, if you're hungry after watching tonight and you didn't make sambusas, go get Kismayo. All right, doesn't look like there's any other questions coming in. Just a bunch of people saying thank you, this is fabulous. So we're gonna end tonight's event, but thank you all so much for joining us, and look out for my email with more info tomorrow.
Thank you.
Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you, guys.